Hola, hola a todos, bienvenidos a KC Videos Comprensibles, donde tú puedes practicar tu comprensión de forma sencilla. Yo soy Kenny y mi meta es crear videos suficientemente fáciles para estudiantes, pero también interesantes para adultos, para que puedas disfrutar de su aprendizaje. Gracias a todos por ver este video y ¡vamos! Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about the state where I'm from in the United States called Ohio. It is in the northeastern part of the country, very close to the Great Lakes. As a matter of fact, our northern border is Lake Erie, which is one of the Great Lakes. The weather here is quite cold in the winter. It has been -8 degrees Celsius recently. And in the summer, it gets pretty hot at between 28 and 35 degrees Celsius or so. We have the record for the second most US presidents born in a state, next to Virginia. We have had 7 presidents born here. Some other people who have been born here are actors Rob Lowe, Martin Sheen, Sarah Jessica Parker from Sex and the City, comedian Dave Chappelle. We've also had a couple of astronauts born here, John Glenn and Neil Armstrong, the first man to walk on the moon, was born here. Lots of great musicians have come out of Ohio, including Dave Grohl, the Black Keys, 9 Inch Nails, 21 Pilots, Bootsy Collins from Parliament P. Funkadelic, the Isley Brothers, of course the Ohio Players, and more recently you might know the band Walk the Moon for their hit song Shut Up and Dance. That song might be famous enough for you to know it if you're in Central or South America. Maybe not, I'm not sure about that. We've also had quite a few inventors and inventions come out of Ohio, including Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, who mostly figured out electricity, though you could argue that Nikola Tesla played a bigger part. There's an argument to be had there, but Thomas Edison was born here, as well as the Wright brothers, who were the inventors of the airplane, the first people to fly. And there is a little bit of a debate here. When I was younger, I was somewhat obsessed with flying, and the first book report I ever did was on the Wright brothers. And back then, the book that I used to write my report from said that the Wright brothers' first flight was in Ohio, but they did not get any press for it. They invited out the newspapers and all of the reporters of the time to write a story, and nobody cared, apparently. So they went to North Carolina, a neighboring state, and did it again and got a bunch of press so that it was officially known that North Carolina was the first in flight. But now, when I Google it, it just says that North Carolina was first in flight, says that they had gliders in Ohio, and the first powered flight was in North Carolina. Now, I don't know which one of those is correct, but they were born here. Their bicycle shop, which is how they had the parts and funded their testing of airplanes, was here. Their businesses were here. They were born here. they did all of their work here. They built their machines here. So we had a huge hand in human flight, any way that you look at it. And we are known in the corporate world as a very good cross-section of the entire country. The average income here is almost exactly the median income of the entire country. Racially, we are basically a smaller replica of the entire country. And therefore, you'll see a lot of food companies testing their new products here before they roll them out to the rest of the country and eventually to the rest of the world. And one final point that's somewhat nerdy, I admit, but I find fascinating, is that most of Ohio is very flat. And that is because during the last ice age, the glaciers came down about 2/3 of the way through the state of Ohio. And as they came through, they flattened out the land. And if you drive south from my city, Columbus, about 45 minutes to an hour and 20 minutes, depending on what direction you're driving, you can see where the glaciers stopped, because the land goes from being very flat to being very hilly quite suddenly. And every time I drive through there, I think this is where the glaciers stopped during the last ice age, because I'm a nerd. And in my next video, I'm planning on teaching you guys a song. So you'll want to see that one. Come back for that one. See you guys then.
Ok, gracias de nuevo por ver este video. No olviden darle like y suscribirse. Háganos un favor y califiquen la dificultad de este video en los comentarios. Super principiante, principiante, intermedio o avanzado, para que podamos incluirlo en la lista correcta. Recuerden, solo necesitan mejorar un poco cada día para alcanzar sus metas. Gracias a todos. Hasta la próxima. Chao.